video. So today we're going to be talking about Security Forces Tech School. I have the lovely Airman First Class Narte here, who we went through BMT together in tech school. So we're going to be answering some of you guys' questions that you guys have, and we have another perspective besides just mine. So hope you guys enjoy. So the first question is, what is tech school like for security forces?
A few moments later.
You can be honest.
It was a lot of stuff that I wish we didn't have to do, but we did. Meaning, we had a lot of standing around for 5 hours, picking up brass for 2. And it was just like, it was a lot of waiting. We would do 2 hours of work, and then the rest of the day we just like, alright. And you can't sit down, you can't just, obviously you can't lie around, but it's just tiring. It was long days. But, we got through it together. Barely. But, I think if I didn't have this guy and all the other guys, they made it bearable, I'd say.
Yeah. Tech school for me was an experience. We'll say that. It was, like you said, it was challenging. Nothing was really like hard. It was just like going through.
It's tiring.
Yes,
Tiring.
Going through the motions and from day in, day out. It adds up, that's for sure.
And full disclosure, though, it's not all tech schools. It was just specifically ours because we were security forces.
Mm-hmm.
It's challenging because we do a lot of we were put into a lot of stressful situations and scenarios like domestic. How can we deal with domestic violence, a lot of noise complaints, clearing houses? So we were put into a lot of situations that had to test us mentally, emotionally, physically, and so that's why it was a lot more challenging than a lot of other tech schools.
Yeah, very true, very true.
A typical day in tech school, we wake up. Well, actually, since we do PT every other day, so you'll do PT like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah. So it really depends on also your team as well.
Yeah,
your flight, your ropes. Usually they'll have you wake up early, or they'll make you wake up about 15 minutes before you even get to the.
If you're sleeping in your PT shirt and PT shorts, it doesn't.
Yeah, you'll do it faster.
Yeah,
It'll just be done. But after that, then you'll shower. Then you'll go eat chow at your DFAC or where you're gonna be, and then you just start the day right afterwards. So you might either do classes, or you'll be doing training. For us specifically, it really depended on the day and the week, because it just varied from day to day. We could either be in classes on one day, or we'll be out in the field another. So yeah, it's very, very dependent on what you're going to do. So then you'll do chow for lunch, and then after that you'll go back to doing whatever you were doing. And after that, then you'll be done. Usually, you could, depending on your cadre, you could either be done very early, or you'll be out very late. As latest would be like 5.
which isn't that bad.
Which is not bad, but it's a long day.
It is.
It's a long day. And
5,
and then after 5, then you'll just do whatever you want to do, unless you have accountability.
Which you guys, there's accountability every day.
Yeah, so if you're security forces,
which
you may have accountability every day.
No, well, depending on
depending.
But I'm pretty sure it's still accountability every day, which sucked. But because when we first, at the beginning, we didn't have accountability every day. We Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it's that week.
Yeah, but even then, like before, Fridays would be. It wouldn't be.
Oh, it'd be final form.
It'd be final form.
Right,
You just get there early, around 4. Well, 1600, right? 1645.
It was 1645.
1645. You get there, you form up. They kind of just give you your safety briefing,
Mm-hmm.
weekend safety briefing. Kind of tell you don't drink, don't do anything stupid,
Don't kill people.
don't kill people, all that stuff. And then you're just off for the weekend. But you had accountability on the weekend, so like what is it?
Saturday was at 11,
At
so we
11
had to be there
o'clock.
like 10:45.
Yeah. So it's like very not late, but it's late at night. And so you have that on Saturdays and Sundays, and then you just go through your week again.
So, depending on, so Security Forces Tech School is kind of changing right now since we've gone through and we've only been out like a month now and it's already changed a little bit. But there are like phases for tech school. So there's like the initial phase, BTP, which it'll be kind of like BMT where if you want to go anywhere after the training day, you have to be in uniform. You can't wear your civilian clothes except inside your dorm room. If you smoke cigarettes, you can't do that. You can't do it in the dorm anyway, but there's like an area that you can go to, but you're not allowed to do that yet.
Yeah.
You can't drink alcohol if you're of age. You can't do that. You can't leave base. So you would just have to stay on base the whole time. And then the second phase, which is ITP, you can wear civilian clothes after the training day. You can go off base. You can drink alcohol if you're of age. You can smoke cigarettes in the designated area. And those are the two phases. But right now, apparently, it might just be BTP for everyone for a while because of stuff that's been going on. And
yeah, a lot of the times it has to do with underage drinking, sexual assaults, and
or like dorm integration, period, which is so in tech school, males and females can't. Well, actually, dorm integration. You'll have a room. Obviously, you and your roommate. Those are the only two people that can be in the room. And if you have someone else in the room, regardless of what gender they are, the door has to be open.
Yeah.
So dorm integration is any time that you have a male or a female, it doesn't matter, in your room that's not your roommate and the door is closed.
Yeah. And if you get caught by your MTL or your cadre, that's a bad day for you. Bad day. But yeah, like a lot of times people will ruin it for you, and you'll get that taken away, and which sucks. But it's the nature of the beast. You just gotta deal with it until it blows over, or if ever it blows over. But we forgot to mention that the BTP and ITP, those are acronyms for basic training phase and intermediate training phase. So at first, like Ellison said, you'll be BTP, and then whenever your cadre or your MTLs feel like you earned it, you'll get ITP. So it's very dependent. You can get it early, or you might get it around the time that you'll get it.
Yeah, it can be up to 60 days.
Yeah.
Or they can extend it if you're just really crappy, but the earliest I think is 30 days you can get it.
Yeah, and a lot of times, if you have a bad team or a bad flight, they won't give it to you till graduation. So it's just, and I always tell younger flights and the other younger guys that just got into either tech school or anything like that, I just tell them, hey, just make sure your team or your flight's good, because they can either make it or break it for you.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Oh my god.
So,
all I'm going to say is this. Do it at your discretion, because I'm sure a lot of your instructors or your MTLs or even your commanders that will give you an initial briefing right when you get there, they'll tell you don't do it. And it's because when you graduate, you're going to be going your separate ways, unless you're very lucky and you get the same base,
which doesn't happen very often.
Which doesn't happen very often. You can always get the chance to get the same base, but you have to be. That's if someone is willing to trade with you. But yeah, our experience, we've seen a lot of people get together and have relationships, and possibly even get engaged.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, it's at your discretion. If you think someone's really cute and want to be with them, I mean, there's no harm in doing it. Um, but but at the same time, you also got to consider that do you really is it just a phase where like you're flirting with that person, or you haven't been with that person or been with somebody for so long, and or you actually really genuinely care. So you see a lot of that. You either see genuinely caring, or don't hook up. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Don't hook up.
Just
don't hook up.
It's 65 days of training. It's about 4 months.
Yeah.
You can manage.
Yeah.
I mean, if you find your sweetheart and you guys were meant to be, but the chances of that are really small.
Right.
We'll leave it at that.
But your commander will probably tell you they don't do it, and someone will do it. Someone will.
Yeah.
And you'll see that a lot. It's not even just about relationships. Like, they'll tell you, don't do this, don't do that, and someone will just want to break the rules, and eventually they'll either get in trouble or it just blows up in their face. So,
yeah, I would say, don't. And I guess a lot of people worry about, like, if you're in a relationship already.
Oh yeah.
Not necessarily like cheating, which happens.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But like their person that is like from home breaking up with them, like getting a letter or a phone call saying that,
"Dear John."
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But.
And so you see that a lot in tech school,
mm-hmm.
and a lot of the time it's because it's either majority of the time it's a lot of young cats that just want to
fool around.
But you do see older people do it too. So it's not just younger generation that does it. It's a mixture of people. So it's like I said, your discretion if you want to or not.
But don't.
But don't. So if you brought stuff from BMT, they'll go with you to tech school, and if you want to bring stuff from home to tech school, you just gotta mail it. And just have it be sent to you. And that kind of, if you're single, you'll bring all your stuff. Depending if you're going to take rap or not, you'll bring all your stuff. And then you go to your first duty station if you're going to go straight away. If not, you can bring all that stuff home when you're taking rap or leave. And then you can bring whatever you're bringing that you need to your first duty station. For me, personally, since I'm married, I was able to go home. I was able to, grab like my TV and all the other belonging stuff like dishes and appliances that I needed for my apartment. Like the Air Force or the military in general would provide that for you. So if you're married, you'll be able to take some time to get all your stuff that you need for your first duty station.
Would you bring that stuff to tech school though, or would you just
my TV to tech school?
Yes.
Yeah. Depending on the size of it, because you only have a certain amount of room in your little space that you have. So I brought like clothes that my family brought me, and they gave me some silverware. Just to go, when I wanted to eat something in my dorm, and my blankets. So just stuff that like clothes, bring those. You don't need anything like that. If you want to bring games, you can. Like I brought my game system from home to tech school, and I bought a TV, like a little small 32-inch TV, and I brought that with me to my first duty station. So you can bring all that stuff. It's just a matter of how you pack it and organize and stuff. Oh my god. It wasn't that bad actually. It wasn't that bad. For security force tech school, for PT, We did a lot of CrossFit training, actually. We did a lot of CrossFit training.
Yeah, that's
a
good way of
yeah, which is, in my opinion, one of the best instructors there. He was all about fitness, and he worked with us. Like he gave us time to like do like what was it, self-paced like runs and doing your own push-up, sit-ups, and as long as you did it, like that was enough for him. Gives you that time to do PT on your own, all while working on the like your push-ups, your sit-ups, and your runs. Like he'll let you do it. He'll let you do it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
PT is not. I mean,
except a little bit on claps.
yeah. So I would say it is harder than BMT's PT.
Yeah.
They're different. Like you said, one is more of just BMT. Your PT is just like either you're running or you're just doing push-ups and sit-ups mainly, and then this is more like I almost think of it like P90X type something like that, but not as intense because P90X is can get pretty intense. But yeah, I think CrossFit is a good way of describing it.
And the PT test, it was.
And we only have one PT test in tech school, which I don't know how many you're supposed to have, but we only have one, and it was like during our SAT week, and it was just like a mock one. Oh no, we had two.
We had two. Yeah, we had two, and those were mocks. They didn't really count for anything. But it just builds you up on where you're at and stuff. But what really counts, especially for operational, is whatever your final PT test was at BMT. It will determine whether you'll do PT for a year or PT twice a year. So, and that's what's very important, is always making sure that you can continuously do PT, or else you'll be doing remedial PT. And you don't want to do that, because that it's like the last straw for you if you're in the military. Like they'll give you chances, and if you mess up those chances and don't do it, then you get unfortunately kicked out. So, but like I said, PT wasn't that bad. It's more CrossFit than anything. But for the new course, though, they do a lot more PT.
Yes,
they do a lot more PT. For us, we were the old course, so we didn't get to do as much. But I believe you do a lot more in the new course if you're skiing courses.
Which isn't a bad thing, because it kind of helps you throughout your day. You're doing a lot of physical activity. You're carrying rucksacks and stuff like that. So it's a good thing.
Yeah. Camp Bullis. Well, it was hot. You'll hear that a lot, that it's going to be very, very hot, depending on what time of year you're in. So for us, we were in the summer.
But it was like September, and it was still hot.
Well, probably like a week. It was like really hot though.
Yeah,
it wasn't as bad as.
It wasn't as bad, but yeah,
it was hot. It was hot.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was just long. It was very long, and we were fortunate because we didn't get to stay at the exact site, because we have to get bused from there and back to our dorms in Lackland. So it wasn't that bad at all for us.
No, but
it was bad, but it wasn't as bad as everybody before us and after us.
If you're staying there, because normally you'll pack up your whole room and then you'll put it in storage. You'll take like a couple bags and you'll go off to, it's like 45 minutes away from Lackland.
Yeah, about 45. Yeah.
And you'll go there and you'll live there for the 3 weeks or
however long you're going to be at. Yeah.
Because I guess they might be changing it from 3 weeks to 5 weeks, but however long you're there, you stay there, and then you go back to Lackland at the end. So for us, we were going back and forth each day, which we were getting up earlier. And
like for us, we got up like at 4, get on the bus by 5, get there by 6, 5:45, eat by 6 o'clock, and then we didn't really do anything until 8, actually.
Yeah. For me, Bullis was just a lot of time where you're not doing anything. It felt like we were standing around a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, unfortunately, it's not really a lot that they can do to change it because of how they have to have certain teaching as far as they're teaching you, and then they have to give you a break for so long. And
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
it'd be better, in my opinion, if it was just like continuous training and then you're done. But unfortunately, they can't do that. But it's not bad, but it is, so to speak. Like
yeah.
it's
Because it's a lot of time that you're just standing around
yeah.
and you're waiting and waiting, and it's hot.
And you have that gear on. You'll have a helmet on, your vest.
Your shoulder pads, knee pads, and she'll be carrying around a rucksack all the time, and a weapon, an M9, an M4,
Yeah, it's
which we forgot about that. So when you get there, then
yeah.
you
You have to arm up.
after you eat, you'll arm up, and then you'll put on all your stuff. Well, put all your stuff, and you arm up, and then you get ready to go for the day. I think the best part at Bullis was the convoy rides. I think those were fun because they were about 20 minutes each time there and back from this wherever field site you're going to be at, and then from the actual site. So it kind of gave you time to kind of just take a breather because you get the wind in your face and you get to like relax a little bit. But a lot of times you'll be double timing everywhere, like
not a lot, all the time,
all the time. Even before you get to Bullis, you just doing that all the time.
Yeah, but it's like
with
times
gear,
100
with
there
gear,
is like
with gear on.
They will see you, and if you're not running, they're gonna say, "Why aren't you double timing?" in the training environment?
Yeah, and also they'll continuously make you hydrate because it's hot. They'll make you hydrate, and if you don't, they'll make you a red tape, which kind of just makes them aware that okay, they need to watch out for you just in case if you need medical attention or anything like that. So I mean, I was not medical. I was a red tape not because of hydration, but because I got shot in the forehead by some round, and it was part of one of the scenarios that we had to do. That's a story for another time, but yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, though, Mullis wasn't like terrible. I would say you're putting together a lot of the stuff that you learned in classroom. It's all field stuff you learned. So it's like everything that you kind of like done up until that point, like with clearing rooms and like weapon safety and stuff like that. You're like learning to arm up. You're doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're putting those skills and you're actually applying them.
Yeah. And a lot of it is preparing you to clear houses and to be in a fire team and how that training is going to be. And so, and if you're going to be against a terrorist or against an active shooter. So a lot of that is geared towards actual deadly force type training. Because there may be a scenario in real life where you're going to be in public somewhere and you're going to have to deal with that. Or if you're in a unit and you have to be called to do something like that. So it's preparing you to get that mindset, okay, you're going to have to do something like this one day. Especially with all the recent active shooters that's been happening and terrorist attacks. So it's supposed to gear you up and prepare you for those type of events. Yeah. If you're very passionate about law enforcement and doing security, then do it. Just be prepared to the long days. I think that's the best advice I can give you is just prepare your mind, because there'll be days where you just get caught off guard and you just kind of like not prepared and just kind of you're just out of it. So just prepare yourself and just do it. Just put your head down and just do the best you can. And also don't do anything dumb.
Yeah. What I would advise, if you're thinking about joining security forces, is if you are not, if you're not like, because it's going to be real physical. Security forces tech school is going to be a physical tech school. So if you are more like, you're not hands-on or you want to do more like office work or something like that, obviously security forces isn't going to be for you. Um, like he was saying, be prepared. It's going to be physical. You're going to, yes, you'll have classroom days, but it's mainly to learn about the behind, like the history of security forces, or like kind of like how you're supposed to apply it, and then you're going to go out and actually do it. It's going to be really hands-on, really physical. So if that's something that you don't want to do, then security forces wouldn't be for you. But
And don't give up. Don't give up. If you get injured during tech school, just keep your head, like I said, your head down. Keep trying. Keep pushing yourself. Don't push yourself too hard where you need medical attention, because there are people who are just feel stagnant and just feel complacent, and they just don't want to do it anymore. Um, but yeah, like I said, just don't give up, because you just see that a lot in tech school. And unfortunately, for me, like I had someone like Ellison and even my roommate, who helped me get through a lot of tech school. And a lot of us, we do feel like it just feels like it's forever, but yeah, but you'll get through it. You'll get through it. Like we did. We got through it. So
yeah,
you get so much freedom back. Like in BMT, you're so limited to everything. Majority of the time, you're very very limited on the things that you can and cannot do. In IT, in tech school, you have limitations, but they're not as bad. You'll have phone privileges, but depending on where you're at, you may have it only for during the off duty day, or after the duty day. But a lot of the times, you have a lot more freedom to you can of course you have to do your reporting statement when you talk to your cadre, or your instructors, or your MTIs, or sorry, MTLs. But it's not that strictness as it was before. They're not lax on you, but they do want to see some type of professionalism and military bearing, and during your phases. So during the beginning they'll be very very hard on you, but they'll kind of be more lenient, just like in BMT.
yeah. Um, like you said, you'll have your freedom back. It'll be, um, it's kind of like they BMT, they tear you down and then build you back up. And now that you're built back up, you graduated BMT, you go to tech school, and they're kind of giving you some of the stuff that you're used to when you were a civilian, like having your cell phone and like being able to talk to your friends
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like a gradual process, and that's why they have the phases in tech school, because before you would go from BMT where you didn't have anything, and then they would send you to tech school, and you would just get it all at once. You'd be able to leave base right away, and it would just be like people would just go crazy. So that's why they have the different phases, where in the first phase, you can't wear civilian clothes out, outside.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the next phase, and then you can wear civilian clothes, you can go off base. And they're just doing that so that you don't go you're acclimated to being a person again, or
Right,
like civilian
right.
life again.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And also, don't try to, if you're in BTP, don't try to wear civilian clothes and try to go out, because you will get caught, and they will ask you, "Oh, like what phase are you?" And if you lie about it, then they could send you back in time. So yeah. So how rap works is you get that you initially first get it at basic training. So if you do well and you didn't do anything wrong or anything bad, your MTIs will allow you to get rap. And then in tech school, it's like an extension of that. So if you, like I said, if you didn't do anything bad in tech school as well, your MTIs, or not MTIs, your MTLs give you rap. And how rap works is wherever a recruiting station, or it doesn't even have to be your own recruiting station that you went through, from MEPS to BMT, It could be any recruiting station. So it could be back home. It could be anywhere you want. It's just a matter of it getting approved by your recruiter or that recruiter. So you send an application given to you by the MCL. Then you send it to the recruiter that you want to go to. Then they sign it and they send it back to your MCL, and that's when you'll know that it got approved, that they want to accept you, because they only take recruiters only able to take about two rappers at a time in a week. So if you want the recruiter that you want and they are booked up, then you have to find someone else. But that being said, if they have like another recruiter at that same exact station that's able to take you, then do it. It's just a matter of availability.
Yeah.
RAP, it stands for Recruiters Assistance Program, and you're there to help them fill out paperwork, go on school visits, talking about if they want to join the Air Force, or even talking to recruits that go to the station and giving them advice on your experience and also what they can look forward to during BMT and tech school, especially if they're in the same or they want to go in the same career field as you.
It's free 12 days of leave if you
Yeah.
can get it, because that's 12 days that you're not charged leave, that you're at home,
Yeah.
and then after that's over, you can take additional leave time. So yes, you're technically still working, so keep that in mind. You could potentially, like, if your recruiter has stuff for you to do, you could be at the office until like 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
be there from like whatever time they open, 8 to 6. So you are working, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
You can get sent home early, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And that goes towards your first duty station as well. So when you report into your first duty station, they'll ask you if you took RAP, so that it doesn't charge you leave days.
Right.
So because like Elsa said, those are 12 extra days of leave that are not going to be charged to you. I think the pro that I would think in security forces would be a lot of camaraderie that comes along with our curriculum. Um, and of course, that's like obvious because me and him are both security forces. And, I mean, regardless, we went through BMT
Yeah,
together, but
BMT, Texas.
you do see that a lot of camaraderie. Um, you get to shoot guns, which is fun, but with safety in mind.
Yes,
Safety in mind.
always.
You don't want to be gun crazy.
I would say a pro would be for me. Like I joined because I wanted to travel, go to different places. For security forces, obviously every base you need security forces. So um, your options are kind of more. You have more to choose from as far as where you want to go, and your units, like you said, they're going to be pretty close. Um, it's like a close atmosphere. Everyone will know each other. They'll joke with you. It's pretty cool. The only con would be, and it's like a limited con. It's just that when you're in tech school and you're training, it it kind of makes you feel like you might not like it because it's a training environment. You're training, you're learning, and it can suck at times. So it kind of can cloud your picture of what it'll be like once you get out. So I think just remembering that during tech school, it's training. It's gonna suck. It's not like college. You're in the military and you're learning how to be a police officer in the military. So it's gonna be rough, but once you get done with it, it's nothing like that once you get out. Um, I haven't given a reporting statement, so like it's just weird. Like it's completely different. You can actually talk to the sergeants, and they're cool. They're actually people, obviously, and they're
Everybody goes through their own walk of life.
Yeah.
And they're not like knifing you and
Mm-hmm.
harping you, telling you like orders and stuff. I mean, obviously they'll give you orders, but not like yelling at you. Unless you do something wrong. But.
And even then, it's more kind of like they're going to talk to you like an adult because you're an adult and they'll give you constructive criticism and they'll tell you like, hey, like this is wrong and this is how you improve on it. So, and then also like once you're operational, like a lot of your mentors are actually going to be those senior airmen, staff sergeant, tech sergeants. They're going to be the ones that are shaping you and guiding you throughout your career, and they'll give you really good advice actually on what to do, what not to do, and because your first base, it's going to be, you're kind of like thrown out there. I mean, you have the training, but like now you're actually like expected to go out and apply it. So, but you'll always have people that are going to be there to help you and guide you.
Yeah, exactly. Like or subscribe on this video. Also, subscribe to this guy.
I'm very awesome.
Yeah, if you also have any more questions regarding the Air Force that we haven't covered, please let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll try to answer it the best we can.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, this video was long awaited. We finally gave you guys a little information about what Security Forces Tech School is going to be like. Moral of the story is, it's going to be physical. It's going to be demanding as far as time. You'll learn definitely time management skills because you're going to have free time, and like how to manage that with, should I study? Should I go out and drink if I'm of age? Yeah, should I do PT or should I sit in my dorm all day and watch
Netflix and chill?
Yeah.
Without the chill part.
Yes, without the chill part because
dorm integration.
Yes. Again, if you guys have any questions, make sure you guys leave comments down below, and we'll see you in the next video.
Peace.